Hi, I'm Catherine Watkin, and I'm most well known as an expert in authentic and heart-centered sales. I'm the founder of Selling from the Heart and creator of the Get More Clients Saying Yes course that's helped hundreds of business owners learn how to confidently enroll new clients without using any uncomfortable or manipulative sales techniques. I also run a membership called Business from the Heart, which is currently the low ticket offer in my business. And what I'm talking about today is why and how you should sell your low ticket offer as if it's high ticket. And you know how sometimes you learn something or you get a piece of advice and it just sticks. It really sinks in and it goes on to impact your business in a big way. Well, this topic was inspired by a piece of advice from my own mentor while I was preparing to launch my membership 6 years ago. And that advice from him was to always sell your low ticket offers as if they are high ticket offers. So what I'm going to talk about in this presentation, I'm going to talk about the mistake that I see a lot of people making when they sell their low ticket offer, why your low ticket offers might actually be high ticket for your business, 4 ways that I recommend you approach selling your low ticket offer as if it's high ticket, and why this is the secret to selling without needing to use salesy, manipulative, or fear-based techniques. And also how this helps you get what I call lazy sales of your low ticket offer. And I'm also going to talk about how I launch my membership exactly as I would if it was a 1 to 5K program and what that does for my business. And one of the core messages that I want you to take away from this is don't underestimate the importance of your low ticket offer for your business, and don't shortcut the way that you sell it because of the price point. So the mistake I see a lot is business owners assuming that because the price point is low, that's enough on its own for people to see the value and be ready to buy. And so because of that, they don't put the same effort into selling it as they might do for their higher ticket offer. And of course, the problem is that while it might be completely obvious to you that it's a no-brainer offer, it might not be immediately obvious to your customer. You do still need to spell out the value. In other words, you need to make the effort to sell it effectively. And the reason for this is because, even if something is completely free, never mind low ticket, there's still a cost to the person. There's a time investment of consuming it. There's the cost of giving up their email address and now receiving emails from you. And if it's low cost, then that's still money that they could be using for something else. And there's also another side to this as well, because instead of looking great value, your low ticket offer and the price point could have the opposite effect, where people might assume that because it's got a low price point, it will be insubstantial and maybe not worth the trouble of buying it. And as I said, the reason that assuming people will see the value just because of the price point is such a big mistake is because your low ticket offer might actually be high ticket in its impact on your business and on your revenue. And here's 3 reasons why. So first of all is if your low ticket offer is an early step in your funnel, this could be the thing that brings people into your ecosystem, enables them to get to know you, experience the value you can bring. And from there, they might go on to buy lots of other things from you, or they may go on to buy your higher ticket offer. So just one customer of that first low ticket purchase could potentially be worth 5K, 10K, 100K to your business in time. Now, you also might have a standalone low ticket offer without any higher ticket offers, and you sell that in large enough volumes for that to be a really big chunk or even all of your revenue. Or, like me, you might have your low ticket offer be a membership. And in that case, every new sale, every new member contributes to your monthly recurring revenue. And in my business, this definitely translates to high ticket because my membership revenue is my core business revenue. So all of those sales at the low ticket price point ultimately add up to a revenue that represents a high ticket revenue, if that makes sense. And let me give you an example of this. So before I started my membership, I offered pretty much the same program for a few years, but it was a high ticket program for a smaller number of people, and it was priced at £6,000 for a year. And typically I'd have 20 people in it. So that was 120,000 a year. Now, for those UK people listening, I've wrapped the VAT up in this just for the sake of simplicity. So these prices do include VAT. Now, I later amended that program and I turned it into a £47 a month membership. So now, to make that same 120,000 that I used to make with 20 people, I now need to enroll 213 members, so over 10 times the number of clients, and I then need to deliver such great value that they will continue to pay me that every single month for a year. And of course, not everybody does stay for a year. So if I factor in a cancellation rate of 5% a month, it's actually many more than 213. And I'm not super great with the math, so I haven't sat down and figured out actually exactly how many it would be, but definitely way more than 213. So it's not actually that easy to do, to attract and sell to a much larger number of people. So the way I see it is, I can't afford to take those 213 people for granted, or take for granted that they're going to see the value just because it's only £47. If I want them to buy, it's my job to show them the value. And the same goes for you in your business too. So how do you sell low ticket as if it's high ticket? Well, here are 4 ways that you can do it. First of all, I would say it comes down to mindset and working on your mindset. So first of all, to develop a healthy mindset around sales. I was really lucky because when I came to online business, I had a nearly 20-year career in sales. So I've always been very comfortable taking people through a sales process and then confidently inviting them to buy. But what I observe is that a lot of people in business have got this is a technical term, stuff around sales. They don't like to be seen to be selling. They don't like to be seen to be bigging up their own offer. It's almost like they just want people to magically understand the value without them needing to do anything that might feel like selling. So the most important thing you can do to begin with is to fall in love with sales, to shift the way you think about and feel about and respond emotionally to the idea of sales, so you can actually feel really excited about it and don't have any resistance to presenting your offer to the world in the best possible light. Now, connected to this is your mindset around your low ticket offers. Don't view your low ticket offers as somehow less than or less deserving of your attention than other offers, just because they have a lower price point, and don't expect them to just magically sell themselves. As I've said, your low ticket offer could be the most important step in your customer journey, leading to high ticket sales later, or become high ticket through the volume that you're selling every month. So treat your lower ticket offers in that way. And so that brings me to step 2, which is to craft a compelling offer. Whether this is for a sales page or a webinar or an evergreen sales video or your social media posts, it's important that you can communicate the value of your offer in the most compelling way possible, rather than just assuming people will see the value. Spell it out for them. And to craft a compelling offer, you have to be really clear on exactly who it's for, what's their pain, problem, struggle, or challenge, what's their aspiration, what are their desires, what outcome do they want, and be able to communicate clearly why your offer provides a solution to that. And you need to be able to answer any questions or concerns that people have got, ideally before they even know they've got them. And this enables you to present your offer so that people can clearly see the value, but without needing to be salesy or make big overhyped promises or use fear or any other techniques that might just feel out of integrity for you. When I teach one-to-one sales, I know I'm very unusual because I don't teach closing techniques. And this is why, because when you know how to clearly communicate the value, you don't need to push people into anything because people can see that value and they can make their own decision. And so doing this makes such a big difference to your sales at all levels. And it is a skill that a lot of people just don't bother to work on. They say things like, I'm not a natural salesperson, or I'm not a marketer. But none of us are born just knowing this. This is all stuff that you can choose to commit to learn and that you can learn. So connected to step 2 is step 3, which is to communicate your offer in terms of benefits, value, and outcomes. Now, what a lot of people tend to do naturally, if they haven't learned how to do this, is to focus on the features of their offer. And the features are basically the description. This is how does it work? How is it delivered? What's included? What tools and processes are used? It ends up being more of a list of facts and information rather than something that inspires and creates desire. And so it's really important that you can learn how to communicate in terms of benefits. In other words, how do those features that you will still list and include, because it's still really important that your customer knows everything that's included, but how do those features give value to your customer and help them to achieve the outcome that they want? So to give you an example of this, a feature might be, it's a 1-hour video training with closed captions and audio. So great, now somebody knows what they're getting, but what your customer really wants to know is, what's in it for me? What's the higher level benefit here? And so to give you an example of this, it's a 1-hour training, which means that within 2 hours, you'll have your marketing plan completely mapped out for the next 30 days. And then there's a next level to that as well, because we could say, okay, having your marketing plan mapped out for the next 30 days, that's a benefit of that particular feature, but it's also a feature in itself. So we can go a next step and say, you'll have your marketing plan mapped out for the next 30 days, which means that you'll have all that headspace back to do more of the things you love, or which means that you'll be free of the anxiety from never feeling you quite know what you should be doing and procrastinating on taking action. I'll give you one final example. You might say, I will teach you 5 tips for calm parenting. The benefit of that would be, which means that you'll be able to look forward to enjoying your next family day out without stress, knowing that your kids will behave themselves and have a great time. So can you see the difference between the straightforward description and the more emotional outcome-focused benefits? And if you can incorporate these benefits and outcomes into your low-ticket sales process, this is what enables your customers to really see the value. So don't just hope that people will see the value of your offer or the components that make up your offer. Tell them, spell it out for them. And here's the thing, when you do it this way, this is the secret to not being salesy. You don't need to make overhyped, unrealistic promises, use fear-based sales or any other techniques that don't feel in integrity when you do it this way. And this is also how you get lazy sales, what I like to call lazy sales of your low ticket offer. You get lazy sales by being unlazy at the beginning, putting in the effort up front to craft your compelling offer. And when you do that, you've got this asset for life, this sales asset. As an example of this, I have a core program called Get More Clients Saying Yes. I use a workshop webinar to sell that. Now, I created that presentation 12 years ago, and I put a lot of work into crafting it properly. It is still, all these years later, it's the presentation I use to sell my course when I launch every single year, and it's part of my evergreen sales funnel. I created it once, but I did the job well, and so it works for me year after year. Okay, number 4, the fourth thing that I would say about selling your low ticket offer as if it's high ticket offer is customer service. I'm really big on loving, responsive customer service and treating everybody as though they really matter to your business. Now, the truth with this is that when it comes to low ticket offer, if your sales page and your offer is really clear, people won't tend to reach out and ask a lot of questions. But if they do, the love and care with which you handle that inquiry for a $27 course could be the thing that clinches a later high ticket sale or have people want to buy more from you. So always leave people feeling that they're a VIP to you and that you value their business no matter what level they're coming in at. So how did I take my mentor's advice and sell my low ticket offer as though it's high ticket? Well, what I did was when I started my membership, I really took this on board. And I might not have done had he not given that advice. I think I may have slipped into, well, it's only £47 and this thing used to be £6,000. So of course everyone's going to want to buy it. So what I did, I really took his advice to heart. And I took the exact same structure that I used to sell my £1,000 course, and I used that same structure to launch my low-cost membership. So I've run the same launch now for the past 6 years. It's 2 weeks of promotion by email and social media. I do some partnerships in the run-up to it, and I also have a referral program. Then I run a 5-day experience event. It's called Business from the Heart Experience. It's like a coaching week model, if you're familiar with coaching week. There's prizes for engagement. There's an early joining offer for people who join during the experience week with an early close date. Once that week is over, I then go into week 2. I do 2 live webinars. There's another early bird offer for the people who come to the webinars. And then over the course of the rest of the week, I do lots of different types of Q&A sessions. I do them on Facebook. I do them as Zoom office hours. I answer questions on email. I really go all in on my launch for this membership. The only thing that I don't do for £47 offer that I do for a £1,000 offer or a £2,000 offer or more is I don't speak to people one-to-one to help them make a decision. That's the only thing I don't do, but I do answer their questions by email and I make sure that everybody feels valued. Now, I do this because it's a membership. And so, of course, that £47 becomes £564 if they stay for a year. And lots of my members have been with me for 5 or 6 years, so it really adds up and it makes sense for me to put that extra effort in. Now, of course, you may not do all of that for a one-off low-ticket offer. Instead, you just might have a sales page or a sales page with a sales video. But the principle is the same. Craft that sales page as if it was for a $5,000 or pound offer, and it will work a dream for you and it will help you make lazy sales of that low ticket offer, possibly for years to come. So the key message here is never assume that people will see the value automatically just because of the low price point. It's your job to communicate that value. So commit to learning how to craft a compelling offer and how to communicate the value clearly, because that $27 is still money out of someone's account and it's still their valuable time it takes to consume it, so they need to see the value. So I hope you've taken some value from this presentation, and everything I've talked about applies just as well to your higher ticket offers as it does to your low ticket offers. And when you apply this, you'll find that selling everything becomes so much easier. So if you've enjoyed this and you'd like to learn more from me about anything that I've talked about, you can find out more and you can sign up for free resources on my website, which is at sellingfromtheheart.com. However, I've also got a special free offer for you that's not available on my website. So make sure you get the URL down in a moment. And this special offer is my Fall in Love with Sales mini course. And I'm including with it a structure for an effective sales page, so that you've got that structure for a compelling sales page that you can use with your low ticket offer. So to get this one, you'll need to go to sellingfromtheheart.com/love sales. You need to go to the URL. It's not as a page on my website. And the reason I'm offering this is that one of the keys to making effective sales is to feel totally congruent about it. So the Fall in Love with Sales mini course is designed to change the way you think about sales and the way you feel emotionally about sales. And when you do that, you can start to feel confident and excited about making offers, inviting people to buy, instead of feeling icky or cringy. And of course, the sales page structure will help you craft a compelling sales page that takes people on a journey to demonstrate the value and answer any questions or concerns. So that's at sellingfromtheheart.com/love sales. And if you're buying the Ultimate Play Pass, I've actually included a section out of my paid course specifically on how to craft those features and benefits and pull together your compelling offer. And then, of course, you've got the sales page structure that you can slot that into. So it's been an absolute pleasure speaking with you today. I wish you much joy as you fall in love with sales. Thank you for watching. Lots of love. Bye bye.